Man, our nation, rise up.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. Why I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
What is going on, Man Hour Nation? It's your boy, BC Beastie Brandon Combs, coming to you live on Sunday night. I am pumped, man. It's not just a two-man show stage right now, but I'm just going to bring him on. We're going to talk a whole lot of football tonight. I don't know what this guy's doing backstage, but Tori, what is going on, brother? Haven't seen you in a while.
Packers win. Packers win.
Yeah.
The only thing
what I expected you to bring to the show.
The only thing I'm really irritated about, as I said pre-show, is I woke up this morning. Paul Chryst still had a job at the University of Wisconsin, and I don't know what I got to do to get rid of him, but I'll start a petition.
I mean, I'll tell you what. Maybe him and Matt Nagy could go coach at Rice or something next year together.
Hey, speaking of Rice, did you see what happened at Rice on Saturday?
No. Completely missed it.
Sean Taylor, who's the 14th anniversary of him passing away was Saturday. His brother plays at Rice University and intercepted the ball on the 14th anniversary of his passing to end the game, save the game for Rice.
Oh, no shit. I know. I completely missed that. I don't know how.
Look at the segue you gave me without even knowing you gave me a segue.
Yeah, no kidding. Speaking of not knowing what the hell is going on, we got our boy. He is the man, the myth, the legend. He is my actual right-hand man. He got mad because I called you my right-hand man once. So you got all hurt. So when I brought him on the other night, we were interviewing RC Orland. He lit me up. But this is the man that I started it all with. It is the Soup Boss. Soup, what's going on, buddy?
I was waiting for a left-hand man or something like that. I didn't know how we'd get in trouble or shut down right away. I was also wondering if we were going to get some type of joke about like a threesome, like peanut butter to our women threesome type of joke or something stupid that Buck would just be like off to the side all about.
That's true. That's true.
I was just going to say Dutch windmill.
Oh, God. Oh, we're going.
Congratulations, everyone. Nice knowing you. YouTube's about to shut us off. I was making a joke, and Tori decided to just kind of toss us right over the boat. So congratulations.
It's kind of what Tori does, Soup. I mean,
if you haven't found out, I look for that very fine line, and I will run and jump as far over as that bad boy as I can.
I'm glad you said fine line, and you would run and jump.
As the line in the long jump is what he sees it as.
Pretty much.
He doesn't look at it as a stopping point. For him, it's a distance thing.
That's a starting point.
I was waiting for you to say something like you find that line and you just jam it in there, and you were just going to completely keep going with it. But so nice knowing that if we had any female viewers that they are now gone to the few meathead male ones. Thank you.
We've had threesome, Dutch windmill, and jamming it in there. All in the opening segment. I don't know if we can keep going on with these puns, but it's
son's watched this show, by the way.
yeah, mine do too. And I've got some female viewers from work that watch the shows with their kids, and so we're running it up there. But we got some people checking in already up in the chat. We got Alpha Rob. What's going on, Alpha Rob? I see Drew in there. Drew, what's going on,
Rock's
Drew?
On.
We got Rock. Rock is back in the chat. What is going on, everybody? Thank you guys for joining us on Sunday night. Let's get right to it, man.
Boat here.
And Soup Boss, this is going to be, we're going to get to your boys in a second, but I want to know how your Thanksgiving was.
Well, I mean, I told you last week, my Thanksgiving the day was all by myself, and
nobody was looking.
Drinking beers and sitting on my couch, and I literally watched 3 football games, and then played some online video gaming with my other son, and yeah, that was the Thanksgiving. But then Friday was good. Friday had more time with kids and stuff like that, so pretty good. I'm
Sorry,
just
how about
glad that
yours?
I kept myself away from work. That's about it.
Yeah.
See, I'm like you. If I am not at work and I am not on the clock, I do not deal with work. My work phone gets turned off. And I say, if you have anything work related you want to talk to me about, text it to my phone and I will promptly ignore it until I am back at work.
See, I'm the opposite. That's why I'm glad that I didn't, get into it. Even though about 15 minutes before the show, I decided to just check it and was like almost like encouraged to start respond to emails. I was like, nah, I don't want to piss off Combs and Tori already.
So no, I went up to Green Bay. I was up in Green Bay since Wednesday, and I came back today, and
then watched your Packers put it to the Rams.
Yeah, had to get done watching that, and I got me some nice cronuts when I was up there. I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys know what a cronut is or not.
Now we've got cronuts in here, man. We're just really going for the terrible things.
It is a croissant donut that's usually filled with, I don't know.
It's Green Bay, so it's probably cheese.
No.
Something made with cheese, baked in cheese, fried in cheese.
As you know, we are very Hollander, very German.
Dip in cheese.
Custard's a big one here. So the first
one I have
custard.
No idea outside of cheese what the hell you guys do in Green Bay. Custard? That's a big thing, I'm guessing.
Custard's a big thing, yeah.
You do cheese and you waste quarterbacks' careers. That's all you do in Green Bay.
Really? Because when's the last time Chicago won a Super Bowl?
Oh, here we go. Here comes the NFC North boys ripping into each other. How about my Patriots, though? How's about that? Let's jump into that.
We're gonna definitely get into that for sure. What is going on with your New England Patriots, man? Look,
I'm starting a new thing. Let's go Brady.
I said
let's go Brady.
You want to piss him off? You want to piss him off? Just say let's go Cardinals. Just do that, Tori.
Oh God.
Oh God. All I got to do is start talking about the Cardinals.
He's a Brewers fan. He's a Brewers fan. He's not gonna chant "Let's go Cardinals."
Nah,
that to you.
But anyway,
no. So the one thing that BC and I have in common is a mutual hate for the Cardinals.
Yes, absolutely. So
the St. Louis Cardinals.
Your New England Patriots, I said it was going to take 4 weeks for us to determine who they were. But they went out today, and what they did to the Tennessee Titans, I left that game impressed. I was impressed by what I saw. I was impressed by their defense. I was impressed, more importantly, by their offense, because that defense, look, you still haven't faced a very solid, and that Titans offense is not the same as it is without Derrick Henry. But that defense and the way they that offense and the way that they went after that secondary of the Tennessee Titans, to me was what impressed me the most about this team. And I think that if they can do that to the Tennessee Titans, I think they can do that to the Buffalo Bills. And so that's where I think going into next Monday, I'm really excited to actually watch that Monday Night Football game. I'm really impressed by what I see from the New England Patriots. I said I wasn't a believer in them yet. I said they might be good. They might be good. I just don't know because of the schedule that they've played. And now after seeing them today, like it left me, pretty impressed. I'm excited for next Monday night. I think it's going to be a game. I think for over the next 3 weeks, even if they don't win the games, they're at least going to be competitive.
All right, Tennessee. I was going to go.
Go ahead, Tori. You do it. I'll take the thunder at the end here as the Pats fan.
So the thing is, I'm going to make Tennessee Titan fans happy because apparently, according to their YouTube comments on our clips, all I do is trash the Titans and talk bad about them, just like the Cardinals fans, except I really do just talk bad about the Cardinals. So shut the hell up. Now, the Titans, this was a good win. It was impressive. It was good, but you were also playing a Titan squad without King Henry, without A.J. Brown, without Julio Jones. Their top receiver was, I don't know, some guy with 2 last names. This was not like a full strength Titans
and that's
team.
why I said what the offense did to that Titans defense is what really impressed me, which really swayed my opinion of what the Patriots are, because what that offense did was they picked apart a really good No, I'm saying what the Patriots offense did to the Titans defense is what impressed me. That Patriots offense, that to me was a question mark. Is Mac Jones really that good, or has he been taking, advantage of playing the Jets and the Houston Texans and all this stuff? This team, it's almost like they skipped the rebuild period. It's almost like they lost Tom Brady. They were supposed to start rebuilding. We were supposed to be able to go to more than 2 seasons without the damn Patriots being good. And here we are. And they're good again. How is that possible?
The season's not over yet, Brandon.
To you how it's possible.
Go ahead, explain to me.
I've explained to everyone how that was possible. There was a huge poker decision that Bill Belichick made last year, which was to make it a 1-year rebuild. Why? Because they went out with absolutely no cap space. People forget they did actually give Brady an offer, but everyone knew that wasn't going to happen because Brady wanted out. Bill, I think, was done with the whole scenario. But if they signed Brady, they're going to have to make a ton of cap space moves. And instead, Brady not signing, they said, okay, they got Cam Newton in for $1 million. And everyone's like, oh, they'll only give him $1 million. No one else wanted him. And they didn't have that much money. After that, they had like $800,000 in salary cap space. Then half the team goes and decides to get on the COVID list. More players on the Patriots combined than any other team in the AFC total had more people out. And they had $25.5 million in cap space. I remember they almost beat Seattle. And then Cam Newton had COVID and they went to Kansas City. And everyone was like, man, if Cam was in there, they would have had it. And there was all this stuff like, you now have $26 million in cap space. Go get someone. Go do it. Right then and right there, Bill Belichick realized when I get my key players back on defense, and if I play my cards right, we're going to be just fine. I just need to find the right type of quarterback. And he loved Cam Newton. Like the amount of praise that Bill Belichick gave Cam Newton all the time was insane. It really was. But he also wasn't dumb. He knew Cam Newton didn't fully study the playbook. He called one audible all year. And instead of saying, okay, we have a chance to get a wild card, he knew that team wasn't going to go any further. So Bill Belichick said, I hold. I'll wait. And he held. And he went out and in the rest of the NFL, I said it draft night. I said it to you, Combs. I said it to a bunch of people. You're all going to regret either letting Fields or Jones drop down to the Patriots and not making them trade up. They got to keep all their leverage and anything else. They got great players, as they always do. They got all their key players back on defense. They go out and they take the cap space instead and go get Hunter Henry, Judon. We got to see the other tight end there. Jonnu Smith, who, of course, they put him in there against Tennessee to kind of be like, this is what you lost. That's why I tried to put Jonnu in any league I had fantasy this week, because you knew Bill was going to be like, you shouldn't have let him go. Here he is. And this is what they did. They were, of course, not with Tom Brady. You're missing one of the greatest players of all time. So automatic, like, hey, can you bet against them going to the Super Bowl? Sure you can. They're not that. But this team with Bill Belichick, it just proves that everyone was like, well, was it Bill or was it Brady? Was it Bill or was it Brady? Guess what? It was both of them. They're both damn good. Yeah. They're both damn good. Yeah, so the best player, not athlete and everything. I know everyone wants to get all pissy about that stuff. The best game manager on the field, Tom Brady, leaves, but the best game manager under a headset is still there. And you still have all of his players. And as crazy as it is, Hightower and some of these other players going out of COVID last year, they got a free year off to rest their bodies, get healed up, didn't go through the playoff grind, didn't put the extra plays in, didn't tear their ACLs, MCLs, or anything like that. And now they're set and ready. And they went and got a guy like Mac Jones, who was blowing defenders away in preseason because he was asking them to explain to them defensive play calls in the book, because he got the defensive playbook to study that because he was already finished studying the offensive playbook and was telling Cam Newton what certain plays are. Are they back, like guaranteed Super Bowl back? Absolutely not. But to me, everyone, when you think of rebuild, you think of a team completely getting depleted and going to the bottom and having to get a top 5 pick and getting a ton of cap space. And instead, it wasn't a rebuild. It was a pause. It was Bill Belichick going, I know what I've got for draft space. I know what I've got for salary cap space. I know what I've got for players that are going to be coming back. And in the middle of the season, when people are like, they're going to make the playoffs, he says, I'll wait. And that was it. That was the key play, that fact that we're sitting here now with the Patriots at 8-4 is because Bill Belichick didn't take that free $25 million and go crazy. He waited. He let the season go through. everyone, like you were like, oh, they got to go through rebuild. And instead, it was just him saying, I'm only a few pieces short. I'll wait. And now we're seeing the fruits of it.
And don't look now, but the New England Patriots, if the Baltimore Ravens slip up and lose to the Cleveland Browns tonight, New England Patriots are the number 1 seed in the AFC. So I want to know from you guys. I know you sigh and you don't want to hear it.
I don't.
You don't want to hear it because look, I know what it's like. When you're a fan of a team like for me with the I can't say the Bears over the last few years, but for me with the Cubs over the last few years, I hate them when they're fair or when they're all of a sudden they're winning, and people are like, oh, they're going to be this or they're going to be that. I mean, I know Tori, probably hated hearing it going into the playoffs when I started talking about the Brewers were probably the scariest team in the National League. You don't want to hear that about your team, but it's a fact. If the Ravens lose tonight, the New England Patriots are the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yep.
And they're heading into Monday Night Football Showdown next week.
They have it for this week because apparently nobody wants to hold on to it for more than a week.
Get ready for the conspiracy birds to come out, by the way, like crazy, that the refs are going to get paid to make sure that the Browns win tonight so that NFL can sell the Bills Patriots for the number 1 seed. But it's going to happen if the Browns
we all know all the refs are paid by Green Bay anyway. But anyway, Are the New England Patriots going to win the AFC East? I'm not going to ask about the AFC. Are they going to win their division?
Are they going to win their division? Yes, I think they are. They just have to split with the Bills. Be competitive with the Colts. I said they had to split these next 4 games. They split the next 4 games, including a split with the Bills. They can easily win the last 2 games. And then they walk out with about 11 or 12 wins when I was expecting them at best at 10. And that's enough to win this division because we've seen from the Buffalo Bills, the difference is that the Buffalo Bills, when they've lost bad. The New England Patriots, when they've lost close. It's a big difference right now. And that this team understands what it takes to win. And when you don't have just all the superstar players, what you need to do. And I think we saw a year with the Bills where Josh Allen, I love Josh Allen. I said he was the next guy to take over the role from Tom Brady in AFC East, and he only got a season out of it seems like, because there was so much like, we got Diggs, we got the best defense, we got Allen, and yet where are the fundamentals? And Bill Belichick is driving fundamentals. After this game, I know the final score makes it look great, but I'm sorry, that was not a good game for the Patriots. He's going to rip them apart for tackling, absolutely destroy them for lack of tackling, lack of filling gaps on defense and everything like that. And then no red zone offense. They couldn't score. They drove to the red zone, and Mac Jones almost threw a pick 6. Put one up there to go for Hunter Henry that he's lucky that he didn't actually put it on Hunter Henry because that ball's probably getting picked. There's a lot of mistakes. So that's the difference. It is in the fundamentals between the Bills and the Patriots. It's hard to compare everything to Bill Belichick. I'm not saying that in a bragging way.
They've only had one loss that's been by more than 6 points. That was to the Saints in week 3.
Yep.
But other than that, all their losses have been by 6 points or less.
And that game against the Saints, it was an 8-point game in the fourth quarter. It was a 1 possession. Yeah. Now, Peyton knew what to do. He threw Hill in there and completely, changed up the Pats' mindset of what they were doing. And it was too little too late to adjust. Great play by him. But the reason I sighed and everything, that people are like, oh my God, you spoiled Patriots fan. Really, the one thing I did not want, I said it to you last week. I either wanted the Patriots to win close or to lose close and to have some type of humbleness put on them. I hope Bill rips them apart this week for their lack of tackling. They got 2 big fumbles on run plays. If it's not for that, you got a completely different situation in this game. Mac got very lucky on 2 big throws. I hope he rips them apart to keep them humble, because if they walk, if the Browns tonight win and they have the number 1 seed in the AFC, I just don't want it going to their heads, because you have the Bills, the Colts, the Bills. You could go 0-3 in those games. And then all of a sudden, to Tori's point, first seed in the AFC flips around. They may be looking at the 7th seed if they lose those 3. They may be out of playoff contention with those. And Alpha
Rob comes in and says the Bills lost to Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor. The Pats don't have that.
The Pats still haven't played. They haven't played the Colts yet. So
no, but I'm saying he's saying that the Pats don't have the run game to beat the New England, or to beat the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I mean, today that's why I with Tennessee, you and I talk about it all the time.
A run game to let themselves win.
Yeah, I mean, you and I say it all the time, Copes. People just don't respect Derrick Henry, and we're seeing the difference in it. You know, Tannehill is not the same quarterback if he doesn't have Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, I'm watching these runs for Tennessee today, and I'm like, Henry fit even as big as those were, and they had 2 100-yard rushers. Henry's finishing some of those runs. He's running over extra guys. He's not fumbling on that deep run that what's his face fumbled with today. That's the difference in that aspect. And they didn't have A.G. Brown. I stop bringing up Julio Jones, by the way, Tori and people in the comments. For the love of God, Julio Jones is done. He's not a viable option in any way, shape, or form besides getting fanboys all freaked out, just like any other, like Le'Veon Bell and old guys that signed with teams. Like, his career's done. It's over, you know. But outside of that, they didn't face a formidable offense. They had a reduced Ryan Tannehill, no Derrick Henry, and no A.J. Brown. But at the same time, they did what they had to do. They won. And they won by the end of the game. They took it over. They won collectively. I just don't want it going to their heads. And that's my fear. I don't want it going to heads. I wish they had won that game 19-16 today.
Yeah. Look, I don't know if they're going to win the AFC. I don't know that they're going to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. I don't know that they're good enough to beat teams like Baltimore or to beat teams like Buffalo or to beat teams in the top tier of the AFC. But what I do know,
does it seem like any top team in the AFC is capable of beating the Jets, the lowly team? Like, that's the thing. There's no
going with this. That's where I'm going with it. Is that what I do know is that there's a lot of parity in the NFL this year, and
I love it.
I think that counting out the Patriots at this point is silly. And I'm not saying that they're going to go out there. They're going to even win the division. Buffalo to me is still the best team in that division when they're playing right.
Yeah, I agree.
But I just don't like. It's like the whole don't bet against Tom Brady, right? Well, I tell you right now, I'm not betting against Bill Belichick either. I'm not putting my money against Bill Belichick. It's just not happening. And so I look, as much as I don't want to see it, and I don't, I like fans like Soup Boss who have been fans since before Drew Bledsoe and who can name me a quarterback before Drew Bledsoe. But I would say a good 70% of New England Patriots fans don't know what football was before Drew Bledsoe. And that's what drives me nuts. And that's why I don't root for the Patriots. That's why I don't root for the fan base, is because a majority of their fans have only been around since they've been winning Super Bowls. And they just want to yell at you all the time. I don't want to see them do it anymore. But I really want.
I completely disagree with that
and
statement.
We talked about this last week, Soup Boss.
We talked about it before.
I really, 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 really want a New England Patriots versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl this year.
I told you it would be the highest rated NFL game in the history of the sport. It would.
No, or nobody would watch because everybody hates both.
Opposite. No, everyone hates them, so everyone would watch it. Everyone wants to see the spectacle. Are you kidding me? It before this past Thursday game with, by the way, Dallas and Oakland just shattering rating record. I don't know if you guys saw that. The highest rated NFL game since 1997
Las Vegas, by the way, not Oakland anymore.
Oh yeah, Las Vegas. Sorry, but Patriots Bucks was the highest rated game since 1997, and then Vegas and Dallas broke it here. But I mean, if that's the Super Bowl, come on, it is just you're gonna have lovers, haters, don't carers. You're gonna have every person that's like, I don't know anything about football, but Tom Brady is so handsome. Like it's gonna have the whole world is gonna watch that game.
I would not watch that game.
And it would be,
yes,
you're
lying through your teeth right
now.
You are.
I'm telling you right now, I would not watch that game.
It is. You are a disgrace to a sports fan if you would not watch that game. Are you kidding me?
Because I hate
the Golden Child going back to the Dark Empire to try to defeat the Sith Lord.
Tori, did you watch the World Series?
What a joke, Tori!
You didn't watch any of the World Series.
I didn't watch one game in the World Series.
We can't be friends anymore. I don't know.
Are you a sports fan or are you only just a Green Bay fan?
No, I'm a sports fan, but if I don't like the teams, I don't watch it.
If you don't like the teams, you don't watch it. So only the teams you like, you watch. That's it. You're on a sports show talking sports with guys about things that we talk about in the whole league, not just the Patriots and Bears, but we talk about, and you only watch the teams that you like. That's it. Like right now, the Browns and Ravens.
I have that on. I have that on in the background here.
So I'm guessing you like one of those teams then.
Oh, I like the Browns because they're lovable losers.
They're lovable losers.
So now you're like Drew. You've got you watch 28 teams in the NFL. So you like 28 teams in the NFL, but there's 4 you won't watch.
No, but I'm saying like I could care less about the Astros.
Just kidding, Drew. We love you.
I hate the Braves. So why would I watch them?
I can't stand the New York Yankees.
Oh God!
No, I'll give you one better. I can't stand the Sooners and their fans, and I live in the middle of Oklahoma, and yet I watched every damn minute of that OSU game because it was a damn good game. Who cares?
How good the Atlanta Braves are, how young and exciting they are to watch with the Ozzie Albies, the whole thing, Joe with Jock Peterson, and how do you not like? How did you not want to watch that World Series? I mean, you got Carlos Correa, you got Altuve. Granted, they're Astros and the whole cheating thing, blah 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 blah.
But the Astros.
But this was probably one of the more exciting World Series to watch because of all those aspects.
Of the Astros?
Did you watch the Astros and Dodgers in 2017?
Nope.
You missed one of the greatest World Series of all time.
How do you
did you watch the Cubs in Indians in 2016?
You just watch SportsCenter highlights? Do you even watch SportsCenter highlights?
You missed
or do you see them and go, I don't like it?
I don't even watch ESPN.
Oh my God.
Tori, you know how much I hate the Cardinals. Like I
will watch MLB
the St. Louis
NFL
Cardinals
Network, NBA TV, or
I hate
NHL
the St. Louis
channel.
Cardinals with every fiber of my being. I hate the Cardinals. I've seen them win the World Series twice. Like it sucks, but I still watch. What do you mean you don't watch?
If I don't, why would I watch something I don't care about?
Why would you watch the Super Bowl? It's the Super Bowl, Tori. It's not a random Tuesday night game. It's the
to me it is
Super Bowl.
To me it is. If I don't like the team,
the Buccaneers, the reigning champion versus Bill Belichick and the New England upstart Patriots. You're not watching that. You're full of shit.
You want to know how much shit? You want to know how much I watched the Super Bowl? None, because I hate Brady. And I could care less. I could have cared less about the game.
If you don't watch
the Super Bowl,
there's something wrong. You can't take that damn Green Bay Packers stuff. That's why you don't watch the Super Bowl. They can't get past the NFC Championship.
Tori's been removed from the show. He has been fired from the Man Hour. He doesn't watch the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me?
I don't watch it when I don't care about the team.
You are fired, sir. Stop adding yourself.
Ah! Now I'm back. I have taken control.
You added yourself.
I have
like, what the hell is going
control.
on?
Oh man, I don't get it. I don't.
It's me. It's just me from here on out. I have fired everybody. Everybody is fired. I am Zool.
And we are back and better than ever. Tori, your mic is muted, you freaking rookie.
That's because you muted it. It wasn't me. Come on, mute.
I told you we weren't getting through this whole rundown. It wasn't even my fault this time for talking.
It was your fault.
Tori, I don't get it. I don't get how you don't like.
What do you do, Tori? What do you do when everyone else in the world, people, because serious question, because most people outside of like World Cup, like or like top level Premier League soccer or football, the Super Bowl is the most watched event in the sports event in the world, while everyone else, including random women who like decide to choose who they're picking because of colors. No offense to women, there's dudes that do that too. What are you doing, Tori, while everyone else is watching the Super Bowl and you're not?
Whatever.
Because of the two times the Packers have gone in the last 25 years. What are you doing?
Probably doing like my normal old person stuff, going to Costco, doing whatever.
We just
Tori, there is no two fan bases in this world I can't stand more than Packers and Patriots. Packers and Patriots are two most like I hate both of those fan bases.
But my thing is you were missing the point.
If the Patriots played the Packers this year in the Super Bowl, I would watch.
Well, I would watch it too because the Packers are in it.
Oh my god!
But I'm saying I would watch it. The two, like I hate both of them. I would hope that the stadium would implode, but I would still watch the game. I just,
Buck, I didn't have cable. I couldn't watch Dancing with the Stars before this year.
I don't know where to go from here. Like we're doing a sports show with someone. We talk sports all. No one's going to trust anything that's said. That
you don't even
Green
watch
Bay.
Sports, Tori.
I don't watch teams I don't like. I follow it. I watch. I look at the stats. I watch everything on my phone. I just don't want to sit and watch those garbage teams play.
Those garbage teams, the two teams that make the Super Bowl, who happen to by record and by play are not garbage. I don't want to watch those garbage teams. I'm going for the weekend specials at Costco.
I know. I get it, Tori. You're tired. You're still angry from the NFC title game 2 weeks prior, and your team losing year after year after year in the game.
I don't
understand how you don't watch the Super Bowl.
I did wake up in the bathtub after that game.
Oh my
god! Were you missing a kidney? Like what the hell are we going with this story?
17 or 18 beers in a 3-hour stretch.
Oh, what's next?
No, but I don't.
We talked about the Patriots. What's next? Well, if we get to Green Bay or like Wisconsin, absolutely just like imploding.
All right,
we'll ask Tori about.
Oh no! Did you not watch the Badgers on Saturday? Because that team completely freaking imploded.
Let's talk about nobody watched.
I did, because even though I don't like Wisconsin, I still watch damn good sports on the freaking. It's sports. That's what we do, Tori.
All right, so we had football on Thursday. Tori probably didn't watch because he doesn't like any of the teams, and it was Thanksgiving. So Tori's out of this conversation. But Soup and I watched these games, and the Bills just they dominated the Saints, a Saints team that is without a quarterback, and they went out there and dominated. It sets up this Monday night matchup coming up next week. With the Bills and Patriots, going to be for the division lead, might even be for the number 1 seed in the AFC. All sorts of things could set this up. Are the Bills ready after this win versus the Saints?
Yeah, they are. You want to know why? Because they're ready to prove that they belong on top of the AFC. So this is what they've waited for. And like I said, last year was kind of like a weird off year for the Patriots. And the Bills proved they were good. But damn well, you and I, Combs, we're competitors. I don't know if Tori knows how to compete with anyone he doesn't like, but we're competitors.
Defeat them.
You want to be your best, and you want to win. I remember a team I was on that we went to the League World Series, and we dominated, and we went through undefeated, but we didn't play anyone that was like highly competitive. And then the next year, we lost 3 games, but we were more excited about that year because there was 2 teams that were just like the juggernauts because we got moved up a league and we wanted to own them. Then we wanted to play. We wanted to show them that we were here to be able to do this. And there's so many other examples of that throughout my high school and semi-pro stuff and everything. The Bills want this. They want to be able to prove that they didn't win the AFC East just by the lack of Patriots, not having Tom Brady there anymore. They want to smack Bill Belichick and the Patriots in the teeth and go, no. Nice try. This is our division. We took it over, and we're going to prove to you that we own it. Damn right they're going to be ready for it. Damn right they're going to be ready. And they're going to come in ripping and roaring. Maybe that works to Bill's advantage to try to set up some game plan, but Bills are going to be ready. They're going to bring it.
Yeah. So, Tori, I know you didn't watch this game, but the Bills were, they were really, really good. They won by a lot of points. They put up 31 points. The offense looked like they were clicking on all cylinders. And, do you have any take on this game other than you don't like the Bills or the Saints, so you didn't watch? Or do you have an idea?
See, now I have a vested interest in that game because I have Stephon Diggs on my fantasy football team. However, It was Thanksgiving. And I will tell you, I was asleep by the time that game started. I was in bed. I was out cold.
That was a snooze fest of a game. Out of the 3 games, that was the most boring game. That was more boring than the Lions game.
Stop it. Stop.
It was?
That Lions-Bears game was atrocious.
That was
at least it was close. You had no idea who was going to win that game.
That was no, you win. No, you win. No, you win.
Yeah, you had no idea.
Yeah.
The Saints had nothing. The Saints had literally nothing.
I was watching the game mostly because we had a Thanksgiving disaster over at our place. My mother-in-law was going to buy the oil to deep fry the turkey. She bought a 3-gallon jug of oil when we needed 7.5 gallons of oil. So when we went to go fry up the turkey, we realized at 3:30 that we didn't have enough oil. And so we ended up having to put the bird in the oven. We didn't eat dinner till like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So by that time, we were already in the third quarter of the Bills and Saints by the time we were eating our dinner. But I was watching the game. Look, it was a good game. The Bills looked like the offense was finally back to scoring. This was the offense that was scoring 30-plus points on opponents earlier in the season. And then, in the last 3 to 4 weeks, they seem to have lost a little bit. But it looks like they found it again, and it looks like they're ready for New England. They did lose Trey, off that side. It's a huge loss.
That's a huge loss.
Huge loss for the Buffalo Bills. It's going to sting. But the Buffalo Bills are deep, and the Buffalo Bills are good. This is going to be the New England Patriots' toughest test. This is going to be their first real true test this season, is going to be this Buffalo Bills defense. And I'm very interested to see how it plays. How does Mac Jones play in the Monday night game, prime time, division on the line? How do you perform? That type of stuff. A lot of interesting stuff, but I definitely think that the Bills are ready.
Yeah, as a whole team unit, it's their first big test. I wouldn't fully agree. The game against Tampa Bay was not just some weird. I know you like to say because Tom going back emotions. There's a lot in it, but that offensive line for Tampa Bay is a hell of a good offensive line.
But did you expect them to compete with Tampa Bay though?
Yeah, I expected them to do well. Did I expect it to come down to a field goal at the end? No. Right. But I was predicting within 10 points, touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah.
I thought that they had the ability to because they were putting some good stuff together already. That defense has just been having Hightower back and signing Judon is just insane. But even guys that as a New England fan, you wouldn't know, Tori, because you don't like the Patriots. Guys like Kyle Van Noy coming back and things like that. They're those are.
He doesn't like Tom Brady either, so he definitely didn't watch that game.
Yeah, he didn't watch that game at all.
I did not. I did not watch the Brady versus Bill game.
But I got those Wheaties at Costco.
But you know what? It's because I was doing this show. It was a Sunday night game.
I'm watching the Sunday night game too, right?
You're watching the Sunday night game now?
Yeah. Do you see in the corner where my hand is here? That's where my TV is.
Yeah, well, I'm not watching the game either. I've actually got the Blackhawks game on. So, but anyway.
What do you think our fans across the pond think of this show so far? Or our Brits, they're listening to this. They're like, what the hell is that?
They're like
typical Americans. Typical Americans just yelling. Going all John Wooey.
What's a Costco?
So the Las Vegas,
Greatest place
the Las
ever.
Vegas Raiders, ruined Thanksgiving in Dallas.
What a game!
No, they
What a
made
game.
my Thanksgiving.
I loved it.
Did
Still
you
the
watch the
boys?
game? Like, who are you a fan of, the Raiders or the Cowboys?
Yeah, who are you? Or who's on your fantasy team?
So the guy I was playing had 3 guys going in that game.
If you know, like
And I
one
had-
of the special
had
teams
20
coaches,
I-
do you watch the games because you like the special teams?
You know,
coach?
special teams is often the difference between winning and losing. So those guys are extremely important. You should not belittle the special teams coaches like
I did-
that.
Hey, I didn't. I played on a lot of special team stuff. I'm
Patrick
belittling
Seeley
you for your
chimes in and says Mac will be
terrible-
the first rookie to win the Super Bowl.
No, oh God,
No.
stop! Oh.
There went the kiss of death. Mwah! Mwah!
That's why I put it up there.
But Benjamin, I'm sure you're listening, Ben. I know he listens to this every once in a while. He just doesn't log in or comment or anything. I think he's that phantom commenter sometimes on Facebook. But Ben put the post, Patriots will win the Super Bowl this year, and I had to just put like a GIF on there, like you need to relax. You need to be calm. You need to shut up. Like stop. And he's like, just give me this today. And I'm like, no, I will always be here. I will always be the one that says you need to shut up. You need to stop.
God. So are the Raiders that good, or is Dallas not as good as we thought they were?
I'll let you have the story. You like
time
the
out.
players on here.
Time out. I'm going to address this first. Because 2 weeks ago, or actually a week ago on Sunday, Drew, you said I root for anybody that plays against the Packers. So you have no.
Tori,
validity
it's
here.
Drew. It's Drew. He's
This is
got
true.
17 favorite teams. He's got a bunch of teams that he hates and roots against. But I'll tell you this:
At least
he
he watches
watches
the games.
the games.
At least he has reasons to watch him. In fact, if you like a bunch of teams and hate a bunch of teams, you have a reason to watch him either way.
Only if I got money on the line with it. It's the only way I'll watch it, or if I actually like the team. Although there's nothing interesting for it.
Tori, are the Raiders that good, or is Dallas not as good as we thought they were?
Dallas is not as good as we thought they were. You know why? Because I've been saying it since week 1. Their head coach is trash. I had to watch the guy for the last 3 years in Green Bay call the same plays that he was calling for the last 10 years. The guy can't adapt to today's NFL. He is terrible. As soon as teams catch up to him, and he's down Amari Cooper right now. I'll give him a little slack because he's down in Amari Cooper. So, but still.
Still has a ton
All
of
of a sudden-
ton of weapons.
Right. You still have weapons galore everywhere on the field. And it's what I said. The first sign of trouble, Mike McCarthy will abandon the run. And that's why I will always say Ezekiel Elliott is an overrated running back right now for the Dallas Cowboys because he will go as far away from him as he can. And you saw it a little bit on Thursday night. He was swapped out Ezekiel for Tony Pollard because they were going to have to start chucking it.
That's not abandoning the run though. When Pollard is still running the ball, getting 100-yard games, hitting the gap, getting 8, 9, 10, 11-yard rushes. Yeah, I don't think he's abandoned the run. I just think Ezekiel Elliott should be the guy that when Dak can't do it himself, should be up there and saying, "Put the team on my back, feed me the ball."
But he proved
There's nothing
last year
wrong
he
with
could.
him because
But
he's not.
he proved last year he couldn't do that. When Dak went down, that should have been his team, his time to shine, and he was a trash running back as soon as
Because
Dak was
they had
gone.
no passing game. They stacked the box. They had no. What were you afraid of? You were afraid of Andy Dalton was going to beat you? Were you afraid that who the hell else was? I don't even know the damn
Can't
guy's
have
name.
Andy Dalton.
That same Andy Dalton that led you to a Thanksgiving Day win. You have no.
You
appreciation
shut your
for him.
freaking mouth right now.
You are not
They
even a Bears
scored
fan.
16 points against the 09-1 Lions.
You have no appreciation.
16 points.
Thankful.
They
You
couldn't
should
even
be
get over
thankful.
20
It was
against the
Thanksgiving,
Lions.
Brandon. Be thankful.
For all of our listeners on Good Pods who may have been downloaded this episode and have headphones on, we apologize for the damage done to your eardrums in this episode. Both I and Combs are trying our best to just, not make you want to turn it off listening to Tori, but we're doing our best here. We're doing our best.
Drew says yes. He did say that about the Packers, but he said the only time he'll root for the Packers is when they're playing the Cowboys.
He finds a vested interest to watch any game because it's probably going to be a good game.
Watches any game, even if he hates the two teams.
I mean, it's called having a life outside of it. Jeez, Brandon.
A life? You go to Costco, Tori.
I love Costco.
My
You shut your
grandfather-
whore mouth about Costco.
People that
I
go
will
to
slap the taste
Costco
out of
go
it.
there for the khaki short specials for $6.99.
Oh God, you
in
don't
the
buy
4 different
you
colors.
do not go there to buy clothes.
Costco. That's a life. I'm not saying it's wrong to
Sam's
shop at
Club,
Costco, but
baby.
you
It's not
gotta
a
have a
life, it's a
life.
way
And
of
you
life.
told us that what you do when the Super Bowl is on is go to
Oh my
Costco.
God.
Yeah, if I don't like the team, screw that. Why would you watch something you don't care about?
Oh my God.
Because I like sports. I
Well,
hate
I do
OSU
too,
and
but-
OU.
Hey,
But I
Super-
love
let's-
that
let's-
game. I love that
Super-
damn game, and I love
Super-
watching OSU and OU go back and forth with each other and play a damn good football game. Why? Because it was damn good. It's sports. That's why we enjoy it. We like it.
So
We like
let's
to
talk
watch
some
good
sports.
events.
You and I, let's talk some sports here. How do the Cowboys rebound, Sue? We would ask Tori, but he doesn't know because he doesn't watch them.
Man, how did the Cowboys rebound? It's quite simple. You stay in the NFC East. Oh, good for them. That was nice and easy for them. The Cowboys, I'll agree with Tori. They're not as good as the way as what they show. If every element of their team is clicking, if Dak is on his game, if Zeke can actually run the ball, if they have all their healthy players. I mean, they've gotten a good young rising star out of Schultz as their tight end, by the way, too. Love that kid, watching him, really good guy. But you need everything. You need your defense to be on top of their game, not be wishy-washy. You need the offensive line to do the same, not only seem to be able to open up gaps for Pollard. I know he's a smaller guy than Zeke, but suddenly it gets closed up for Zeke. Like, they can't hold that opening for an extra half a second. They have to be able to click on all cylinders, and they can't. They just can't do it. I've watched almost every single living in Oklahoma. Dallas Cowboys are on all the time. I've watched nearly every single one of their games. And even the games that they've won and dominated, you watch them and you go, against some other good defenses, they're not getting that play, or they're not scoring that, or they're not getting that gap. They're not that good of a team. They benefit from being in a complete trash division. Absolute trash. I love being an AFC East fan, and people talk about how trashy my division is as a fan, and yet the NFC East is just hot, flaming garbage. And we saw it from Philadelphia this weekend, where we thought, hey, they're gelling, they're getting better, they're starting to get, and they just laid a goose egg against the Giants. The Giants look good, but really, they only scored 13 points. Those two beat each other up for a 13-7 whoop-de-doo game. Unless you're a fan of either team, I guess it'd be the only reason you watch it, but that's the what's
Thank you
going to
for
benefit.
just making my point.
I was making that as a joke towards you, you freaking fool. Sarcasm. Do I need the sign?
Yes.
They play in a hot garbage division. That's what's going to help them, is that they're going to face those teams later in the year. Man, I would love to see them just implode and, like, the Washington football team find some way to, like, go, like, win this division at 7-9-1 or something crazy, or I don't know, but it's not going to happen. That's what benefits them. What we're going to see, Dallas is going to walk into these playoffs, and unless that whole team is clicking front to end, top to bottom, we're going to see everything Tori was talking about with Mike McCarthy. I don't know what he's doing. Like, if you ask,
he doesn't know how to adjust.
If you ask half of the sports fans in the NFL if they would love to have a guy like Dak and Zeke and Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb and that D line and everything to add to their team, and if it would help them, they would be like, yeah, we're Super Bowl bound. But for some reason, Mike McCarthy doesn't know what to do with them.
And that's how they're going to rebound is their schedule and being in this weak division, because they got the Saints this week. They've got Washington, the Giants, Washington, the Arizona Cardinals is their only remaining tough opponent left, and then they close out the season in Philadelphia. I don't see them losing more than maybe one, maybe two games. They might lose a game that they're supposed to win there, but they've got every chance to get that offense clicking. They're going to get murdered in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're just going to get annihilated. They're not that good. They probably won't even win the first round game. And this is the team that Buck had going to the Super Bowl. Surprise, surprise.
I will. For any Cowboys fan listening to this show, I will put a bet right now with anyone that isn't some astronomical money, like wearing something stupid on the show or anything like that. I don't care who it is. Stating right now, whoever the Cowboys play in the first week of the playoffs, they're losing that game.
Unless it's the Patriots, right? Because Rock says McCarthy has a winning record against Belichick.
Oh, wow.
Except they wouldn't be able to play till the Super Bowl.
Yeah, can't play till the Super Bowl. First round of the playoffs. NFC. They play in two
Soup,
different
you
sides.
just said they're going to the Super Bowl.
Who?
The Patriots.
No, I did not
But
say
he
they're
just
going to the Super Bowl.
I mean,
Well,
I
he's
heard
already got me fired
I
up,
heard it-
Holmes. I've
I
already
already-
screamed enough.
I-
You don't need more. I've
already
thrown
heard-
you up and down a room on plenty of broadcasts. You don't need to be pulling this crap all of a sudden just because my blood is pouring out of my eardrums right now. You can't see it because of the damn hand drums because Mr. freaking Costco doesn't watch the Super Bowl. But we got him on the show.
All right. We got Soup's blood boiling. Now let's get my blood boiling. The Lions lost in Lions fashion on Thursday.
Ryan Pace for GM of the year.
You shut your whore mouth.
Matt Nagy, coach of the year.
Soup. Are the Lions going to win a game this year?
Oh, they've got one left for the chance to do it. Combs, I said it to you. They got 2 wins this year, and I said it was going to be on Thanksgiving against your Bears, with no offense to them, and I said it was going to be against the Falcons. And they lost their chance on that. And, man, you talk about – I'm so sick and tired of hearing fans blame refs all the time and everything like that when their teams are just barely miss a win. But, I mean, if there's fans that probably could find some way to make some complaint about how they could have won and didn't win, it would be Detroit Lions fans who have lost 3 games by a field goal at the end of the game, including an NFL record. And yet the only team I think they can beat is Atlanta. And before any Atlanta Falcons fans try to act like, no, there's no way. Your Atlanta Falcons only beat the Jaguars by a touchdown today. Like, they got trounced by the Patriots, and the Detroit Lions have found some way outside of a couple random games where I called an upset that they beat the Ravens. They got too high and mighty on the close Lions games. But outside of that, the Lions at least show heart. They show grit, and the Falcons just, they're not there. Like, Matt Ryan is dying on the field, literally. We see him like flopped in a different position every single week. If they didn't have Cordell Patterson, I don't know how the hell they would have any way of scoring.
Is he
I
the
think
best
that's
fantasy
it.
football pickup ever this year?
No kidding. And most leagues have him slotted. You can have him be a running back or a wide receiver, so you can flip-flop them all around to fill your gaps with all the injuries and
In
IR
our league,
moves.
I can only put him at receiver in our league,
Oh,
which kind
okay.
of sucks because I desperately need another running back.
I guess it depends on the league, but some leagues still have him listed as both. And I mean, he had rushes today.
Yeah.
107 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. But the Lions can beat the Falcons. Outside of that, I don't see how they beat.
See,
any of the
I've
rest
got
of the-
3 games that they could possibly win. I don't know if they will win any of them, but I've got 3. I think they can win in Denver. Denver's one of those teams where you don't know who's going to show up week to week.
Did you see what Denver did today?
Denver. I'm gonna completely. I'm sorry, Denver fans. I'm gonna jinx them just like I did with the Eagles. But Denver is finding a way to gel on both sides of the ball. And Torrey, special teams. They're making some great plays on special teams.
Hey, love for special teams coaches.
Okay, that was game 1 that you're picking, Combs. What else you got?
The other one is going to be against the Atlanta Falcons, like you say. But even the following week after that, the Seattle Seahawks, who are they just are not playing well. And they've lost a lot of games this year. And you just look at that team and you're like, what the hell is going on? And they're losing at home. They're losing these games at home.
You know what? Man, Combs, you may be onto something with that Seahawks game, because at that point, Seahawks aren't going to be in it. What do they have to prove? They've got players hurt. Russell Wilson's half dead. Like, they may shut most of their players down and put. And the Lions, of course, aren't going to do that. They want to win. They want to win.
And then, of course, always week 18 against the Green Bay Packers, because the Packers will be resting everybody because they'll have the division wrapped up next week.
I am worried that they go into that game